You were also in there with George Kambosos, man. It's
Correct.
unfortunate that this fight something keeps happening with the Teofimo fight.
They just got good news. The IBF ruled that the fight has to happen before October 17th, and I think they're going to schedule it for October 9th now. And I have a guaranteed spot on the card, so that's
cool.
That's good. Yeah.
That's cool. How's George looking, and what do you expect from him? I know you guys know each other from the Pacquiao camp too.
I mean, George, obviously he's the underdog, but man, George trains fucking hard. He has so much skills that you won't be able to tell until you're in there with him, you know, like, and he's hungry. He's hungry. I have George winning the fight.
George Kambosos, do you think he's being maybe underrated here, getting into this fight a little bit too much? Like, people, they don't know who he is because he's more an Australian-based fighter, but do you think people really don't know that George is capable of upsetting Teofimo Lopez?
George has been in deep waters before. George has been in deep water in some of his fights, and he knows how to pull through it and get the victory. And from base up, I've sparred a lot of guys, and George is one of the toughest guys that I've sparred. And he's a lighter fighter than me, but I think people are underestimating him. They haven't seen what he can do in the ring. They probably haven't even watched his fights. You should go watch George's fight.
Very exciting fighter, fast, knocks people out.
His jab is one of the hardest jabs that I've been hit.
That shit.
One of the hardest jabs I've been hit with before. I think it was Regis Prograis that hit me with a hard jab. I sparred Regis and Kambosos. That's like the top two guys that hit me with a jab. Man, people are underestimating George. I got my bro winning that fight. Although Teofimo's from New York, he's not from New York. He's from Florida.
Teofimo's not from New York. He's from Florida.
He was born in.
You're making it official now. You're demoting his New York status.
He was born in Brooklyn, I think, right? Something like that. New York, whatever. Yeah. But he grew up in Florida. That's what I've heard.
Is that what it is? I don't know. That's news to me. I don't know.
He grew up in Florida.
Okay.
I mean, nothing against that. That's cool. Like, you know.
So you're denouncing his New York.
I mean, I'm from New York. I know what it's like to be a real New Yorker. You know, like, I'm from Harlem, New York, right there off of Broadway, 45th. So I could tell a New Yorker, and no disrespect to him, but you know, hopefully they make the fight in New York at MSG. That would be dope.
That'd be big for you guys.
That'd be dope.
Family could be there. Speaking of George Kambosos, just like you, he sparred Manny Pacquiao like over 200 rounds. What kind of confidence does a fighter get after sparring Manny Pacquiao and stepping into the ring? You see that ain't Manny Pacquiao, so you're more comfortable in approaching the opponent or whatnot.
You're in there with greatness. You're in there with one of the best fighters to ever lace up a pair of gloves. And just being in there with that and with that type of legend, when you look at another guy across the ring from you, you're like, man, I was in there with one of the baddest motherfuckers like to ever lace up a pair of gloves. So it gives you confidence. You know, obviously fighters can't compare to Manny because Manny has his own style. You can't find
one of the most unique styles in the history ever.
You can't find a sparring partner that can imitate Manny Pacquiao. You just can't. So he has his own style, and no fighter will fight like him. But just the confidence that you take in the ring with you, you know, it takes you to another level.
All right, cool. I appreciate the time, man, and good luck. Can't wait to see you back in.